basic questions to you, and then if you have something to add, because I don't know, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. So Patrick from Hydrotech
Hydrotech Farm.
Yes, that's right. And just say, what is the reason that you started working using Freedom?
Okay.
What is the reason?
Okay. The reason of started using Freedom, it's we realize the fruit fly has become more and it has become a problem to us as in mango farmers. So we're finding a way of reducing the flowers so we can make more money, because when you have more fruit, the infestation of the flies is more, and we lose about 50-60% of the fruit, which doesn't make us make money. So Freedom is being introduced, and we interested, and then we go into it, we realize it's working. That is why we want to we've entered into using Freedom.
Yes. And this is your first season with Freedom. What is your experience? What do you see?
My first season of Freedom, I've seen a lot of improvement. The Freedom, the panels that we set on the farm, they are killing the flies. The monitoring trap is telling you how the flies are being reduced on the farm. The fruit, normally when we have the fruit, you see the flies punching, water oozing out from the fruit. This time around with Freedom, you don't see those indications, which tells you that Freedom is really active and then doing well with us.
Okay. And what will you say to a fellow farmer that has doubt about what to do next with fruit flies?
My advice to fellow farmers, what to do next to fruit fly is I introduce to them Freedom. It's their last stop, as we say over here. Their last stop. Really working. Freedom is really working. So any farmer that is having a problem with fruit flies that have not had any solution, I introduce Freedom to the person, and then it's fantastic. He or she won't throw their money away. It's really working. It's really working.
Great. Do you want to add anything, anything that maybe you observed and I didn't ask, you want to share?
Okay. One of the things I've observed is that with Freedom, when they said it, I was wondering how this thing is going to be on the farm for a whole season. I realized that the pheromone that has been put in the panel, I being inquisitive, I went to check, remove the pheromone to see whether it finished or it's still there. But I realized that it's dropping a bit by bit, which it takes you for a long season compared to our normal pheromone that we do. It doesn't take you a whole season. You have to recharge a couple of weeks, months. You have to recharge. But Freedom, it takes you the whole season. And then even with the panels, it can take you 2-3 seasons. It's only the pheromone that get finished. That is one of the things I've observed with Freedom. That is one or two.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Because this is from a farmer to a farmer, and I know how farmers think and what they need. Yeah. And what they don't need is to walk every week or every month and recharge and change and empty the traps, right?
Spray the protein
bait.
It's
a lot of fun.
We're spraying the protein bait every week, and yes. Protein bait is very expensive. Spraying every week. If you have a small, like half hectare, or let's say in our place where we say an acre, half an acre, you can buy protein bait 1 gallon, 4 liters, and then you can use it for the whole season. But for me, 55 acres. And then when you calculate the ratios where you should spray fruit fly protein bait, you know how many gallons that I'm going to cover in a season if I'm spraying every week. Yes. So Freedom, it's very fantastic. I love it.
And you still cannot spray after every rain.
Every rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here it
does. Yeah. But one of the things also that is that you cannot spray every rain. After rain, if you spray, let's assume the protein bait, after a season, after a rain, you need to go back to it. If you spray right now and it rains, you need to go and spray tomorrow. But freedom, you don't spray after any rain. You wait. It gives you less stress, and then you go about other things than going to do spraying for fruit flies.
That's right. Great. I'm so happy that.
I'm so happy too.
Very good. Very good.
You know, we said to a point, not the whole farm. Right. The other places, as at now, you should be seeing some kind of punchings and woozing from the food because of the fruit fly has come to punch the woozing. Yeah. But you went around, the fruits are looking nice. Everything, it's fantastic. And then I realized that freedom is working from this end to the other end as well. It's not because where we set it, there's no much food there. But I realized the effect is been happening on the other side also. So this is, trust me, I've not sprayed anything even on the other side.
Wow.
I've not sprayed anything.
Again, when we collect data, including today where we saw a lot of infestation, the effect is both sides. One, if you have a neighbor with a lot of infestation, he will affect you.
Okay.
Badly.
Okay.
On the other hand, he will benefit from you.
Okay.
Again, not as much as you. Okay, you cannot build on it. Okay, I will do half and the other half will benefit, but you will. So this is why I like to take a nice distance from when we collect data.
I think it's true because this time around it seems people around me doesn't have fruit. I'm the only person who have small fruit inside my farm. So just like you say, if people have more and then infestation is more there, it will affect. And then which is true. Now that I don't have, they too, the small one they have, you don't see the effect on them over there. But my question is, I don't know whether this one is going to be recorded, but my question is, how do you do that to stop that infestation from the other to yours?
You can.
Because with the other application, what we've learned about global government and other things is that when you're doing the applications, do about 20 meters
into the other person's farm.
But with freedom, how do you go?
Here in this case, it will be wise on you.
Yeah.
Instead of every time go and spray to the neighbor, simply one time, put traps, the freedom, into his 20 meters, and that will give you a huge benefit. Yes, he will benefit. So what? You will benefit much more. Because they have wings, they can fly.
Yeah.
There is even the wall of China cannot stop them. Really. They can fly over it. It's not a problem. So what you can do is make a boundary, and then over there you will kill many of them, so less will get to you. This is one way of looking at it. The other way is to have a community of farmers. Everybody's treating it, even probably with the support of the government, and then everybody will benefit much more, which is actually what should be.
I think I'll go with the first option, because with the second option you don't even have the government coming in as mango farmers per se. So the first option,
I will tell you what. First of all, they don't come, I believe, from several reasons. One of them, because you are insignificant to the economy. Once you become a big branch, important one, especially export. Once, instead of having 5 tons per hectare, you will have 20 or 30 from the same hectare. And you bring dollars and euros and so on, they will like you and they will invest back to you, and you will have more power. Today, they are happy. They give you a few cents. They throw to you. Just keep quiet, and that's it. So the way is really that you need to build yourself. Then, once they say this is money, we understand there is money. Today there is no money. How much export do we have? Not much. How many millions?
Not much.
We are not talking about probably not tens of millions and probably not hundreds of millions. But you can have. You can have tens of millions, you can have hundreds of millions of dollars. Export, why not? Okay? You are much bigger than Israel, you have better climate, much better climate than we do. What you need is know-how. And we can get it to you. Okay, so freedom is a tool and know-how. It's not only the tool. Additional things, once that investors will see that you are growing fruit, you are not losing 50% of the fruit.
Okay.
And you can sell it not for 25 cents. You can sell it for $1. Okay, that's a good investment. Now, an investor, and you yourself is also an investor, you are ready to invest much more. For example, you are ready to take a risk, invest in increasing your yield from 5 tons per hectare to 20. You need irrigation, you need experts. By the way, that's most what you need.
Yeah.
You need the know-how, some irrigation, that's 95%, really. And you are up to 20 tons per hectare, and that is a game changer. So this is where you need to get, and any investor will be happy to invest in a business that brings 5 times on the money, 10 times on the money. And you see the time scale is really short. Now, just a few weeks after, you already see it. Okay, to grow a tree and it takes more, but not much more, okay? A few seasons and you will see. Very good. See you in just a few weeks.